All right, so I guess now is it's good. It's like really close. Pointed. Hold on, let me readjust this momentarily. Okay, that's my ceiling. Right there. Good. So today was my birthday, and my my father has sort of like a tradition, or I guess had a tradition because it isn't happening anymore, where every year for my birthday he would basically just like write a letter for future me to read basically and see to sort of see his thoughts about how I developed through that year and period of my life, and it's given me a new sense of purpose, to say the least, a new drive. But there's one thing that he mentioned that I have wanted to talk about for a while, and that is the weird, like, it's the weird sort of mindset that people have in the whole, like, fitness area, and just sort of the weird shallowness and just sort of, like, blatant fucking idiocy that I see in there. Like, I wish I'd, like, written stuff down, but you know the type I'm talking about. Gym bro, douchey, all about their protein goal. Just typical asshole. And it's a weird thing to sort of see exist. Like, for example, the rise of the carnivore diet and everything, and the whole I'm gonna pray to Joe Rogan and everything. Like, nah. There's just a weird consensus of people in that spectrum, and I think in some capacity it stems from typical toxic masculinity, but there's also this weird, like, anti-intellectualism that exists in that realm. And I don't know, it's just something that I want to talk about because I just turned 18. I have no right to, talk about how intelligent or smart I am or whatnot, or, all that other stuff, because realistically speaking, I'm still a fucking baby in the grand scheme of life. Like, I'm only, a sixth, seventh of the way through. Like, that's nothing compared to what other people have done and lived. But I think there's just that weird anti-intellectual, anti-book, really, anything sort of stuff. That whole primal lifestyle and everything that granted, Liver King got absolutely blasted for, being a fake natty, which, everybody was shocked by. Nobody believed. But I don't know, I'm just quite frankly disappointed that so many people are just so shallow and honestly pathetic in some capacity in that sphere of the world. Like, the fact that there are some people that will, for example, like, I don't know if you've seen this clip, but there's a fucking clip of Logan Paul's fuck ass going, I mean, I don't want to sound like a woke asshole or anything, but dude, women have it hard. Like, motherfucker, are you actually that stupid? It is not a woke concept to say that women in America have it hard, in the world have it hard. I mean, there's dual pressure coming in from individuals forcing them and believing them to need to stay traditional and stay having those trad values, but then there's pressure from other people on the other end of the spectrum that are like, no, disregard that, don't do that, do what you want. So there's really this double pressure going on, along with, the very lackluster amount of, not representation, I should say, but rather understanding of the female body. I mean, I've got a mom and she's like honest about stuff. The amount of medical literature there is regarding the body of a woman, the health of a woman, differentiating from that of a man, is incredibly low. And that fact is, it's not surprising, which makes it more, to me, unfortunate. But it's also something that, like, I don't know, it's just, it sucks. But it's also fucking crazy that there's people in the sphere that I reside of bodybuilding and sort of, focusing on your body and everything and all that, that are so mentally deficient to think that understanding and accepting the fact that women have it hard is anti-man. Like, how 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 are you that much of a dumbass? How much of a self-absorbent prick can you be to the point where the premise of wanting someone else to even just have, like, the basic similar principles that you do threatens you that much? Like, damn, step off your horse, little bro. Like, if you're that fragile to the point where the idea of a woman getting, some sort of equal opportunity to you is frightening, that's on you, little bro. Like, you gotta step your shit up if the premise of just someone else competing against you is that threatening. Like, I don't know, it's crazy that so many people believe the whole embracing women and women's health in the world is detrimental to men's mental health and everything, and they use, the struggles that men have had as a weapon to push down the progress that women deserve. And I mean, yeah, they frankly deserve it. It's shocking that there's so much delay in everything that, I mean, women have only been able to vote for what, like 70 years-ish, I want to say. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but comparatively, it is an incredibly low amount of time in America. And so the fact that people are so pushed off and deterred by the fact of, like, just giving the societal equal expectation and acceptance of women and men is, like, I'm wording this terribly, but basically I'm just shocked that there's, like, so many fucking idiots in the gym scene that are like, I'm just shocked that there's so many people in the gym scene and in the bodybuilding scene that are so mentally deficient and brain dead to the point where that they think giving women equal attention in all aspects of life as they do to men is somehow detrimental to men's existence. Like, all right, little bro, hop off. But then there's also sort of that weird anti-critical thinking aspect that exists within that sphere. Like, there's some individuals who I've spoken to that are like, I'm a free thinker, I'm not a sheep. Meanwhile, their whole existence of being free thinking is just against another group that is equally as not free thinking as they are. And that exists a lot, within gym culture. There's a lot of that weird sort of hardcore conservative, if you're a liberal sissy boy, you're a fucking idiot and kill yourself kind of thing. Like, all right, buddy. You jerk it to the president, little bro. You had no quarrel with Canada, but then when the president said, we're going to buy Canada, you got pissy at Canada. Like, you're not a free thinker. You are no more of a free thinker than the people you demonize. It's just an objective fact. And if you are unable to realize that and are unable to accept that, that just proved my point even more. Like, how am I 18 and I'm dunking on you with that shit, buddy? How am I just today an adult and my understanding of shit is dunking on yours? How? Explain that to me. How much of a fucking idiot do you have to be so double standardly based? Like, it's just fucking stupid, man. And it's unfortunate, dude, because I love bodybuilding. It is an incredible sport. It is something with a history that I absolutely love, that I absolutely adore. And it's disheartening to see so many people that are just, like, echo chambered in all the wrong aspects of the world. It's like, it's just unfortunate. And I hope that in seeing this, I'm able to at least open your eyes to some people that people like me exist, we're not all bodybuilders and gym lovers are fucking echo chamber basement dwelling dumbasses. Like, we exist. We're out here. We're relatively normal. There's some of us that are, at least. So, no. Don't. I don't know. I was gonna say don't get too disheartened or become too prejudiced. But I mean, with what I've seen, I understand it. If you are incredibly prejudiced, or just like not understanding. I mean, if I were to come at it from an outsider perspective, I would wholly agree with you. It is quite frankly disturbing the lack of critical thought and intelligence that I see amongst people that exist in the gym sphere. But I hope that I'm able to, get relatively famous someday, because I want to be able to preach that concept to as many people as I can, to just actually be decent people. And if you've made it this far, seriously, share this shit, like it, do everything you can to boost an algorithm, because I think this is a message that a lot of people in that sphere need to hear. If you're the kind of person that watched this and got mad or is somehow mad at me for what I've said, you're a fucking pussy little bitch. You are a pussy. Understand that? Capital Pussy. You are a little bitch. Grow the fuck up. Stop being so afraid of being wrong. Be humble. Be intelligent. Don't be afraid to let your guard down and accept the fact that in some aspects of life you will be incorrect and you are incorrect. Accept that. Because as soon as you can accept that and move forward, your life will be so much better. I promise you. I promise you. But with that, I think this is a message for everybody to hear. Thank you for watching. Drink water. Touch grass. And be good people. And I will see you in the next one.